All right, so everybody, good evening, and it's 10:30 right now. So today, we are doing a special series, I would say, Lawrence. So it's not a sales and marketing breakthrough week. So if you're wondering, so who we have here today is we have a pharmacist here today, as we're going to talk about what you should know about COVID-19. So before I introduce our guest speaker here today, so basically, I would like to welcome all of you here to say hi. Drop us a hi so that I know that you're watching this Facebook Live right now. And again, one more time, on behalf of my apprentice, I want to thank all of you for your time. And I will appreciate if all of you here to help us to like and share this video, as we would like to benefit many, many more people out there watching this right now. So before we begin, Lawrence, you want to say hi to our friends?
Hi, everybody. Today is, I think, the last day before the conditioner MCO tomorrow. So
Yes.
I think it's important for us to refresh our knowledge about COVID-19. It's just to refresh our knowledge about what's happening. I can't remember how many days already we're in MCO, 45, 46. So I think this session will be very important for our audience to actually just keep refreshing yourself before you start going out to tapao your food tomorrow.
All right. So here we have today, we have Sinyi. Sinyi, you want to say hi to our friends?
Hi guys, first
Okay.
time streaming here, so a bit nervous. So my name is Sigi.
It's okay, it's okay. Just have a chat with us, Sinyi. All right, good. And for those of you who's here today, just say hi to Sinyi as well. Drop your highs and say hi to Sinyi. So Sinyi is a pharmacist. And so before we will ask her to introduce herself, which Sinyi is one of the ask you to do later. So I'd like to invite all of you watching this right now to help us to like and share. And one more time, if you're watching this right now, drop us a hi so that I know you're watching this right now from wherever you are right now, right? And so now, for those of you here, one more time, thank you so much for joining. So, Sinyi, very fast. We got people saying hi to you. We have Jason saying hi to you. Very
Hi,
fast.
Jason.
We got female here, very
Hi.
different here. So we have
Hi, Jason.
Jana was here. Jana is here saying hi to you.
Hi.
So we
Hi,
also have
Jana.
Sin Sotia saying hi to you as well.
Hi, guys.
All right, good. So, Sinyi, so perhaps just before we start, would you want to just quickly introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. My name is Singi. You can call me Mickey also. My
Okay.
nickname lah, Mickey. So I'm a pharmacist. So I'm graduated in International Medical University MU in year 2018. So currently I work in AMPM Pharmacy. It's a community pharmacy located in JB area. So I'm in charge in online pharmacy store lah. Online.
All right, so that's interesting, right? Okay, so got many friends saying hi to you as well. Sinyi over at my place. You have Waibun saying hi, Christine saying hi to you.
Hi.
All right. So what we're gonna do is this right now. So let's continue with this. Okay. So being on behalf of pharmacists, so I think you are the right person for us to address some questions. So my curiosity is, so what do you think of the current COVID-19 curve right now? Is it actually flattening, or are we recovering from this pandemic?
So in my opinion, this lockdown actually has succeeded in flattening the whole curve. And I believe that we are going soon, very soon, to enter the recovery phase lah. And Minister has do quite well in managing the outbreak.
Right, good. And so since we're doing quite well, so the next curious question is, because now, as you know, that conditional MCO begins tomorrow. So the government is relaxing MCO tomorrow, and tell us what people should take note of in order to be safe. So we got some interesting question coming here, Jason Ng, that says that is it safe to go out? Which means exactly the question which I'm going to ask you. So since we're going to relax MCO tomorrow, what are some advice for people so that they can take note in order for them to be safe?
Actually, we can go out, but have to take care of all the hygiene. So must wash hands regularly, either with hand soap or use sanitizer, alcohol-based or non-alcohol-based also can. And also avoid going to crowded places lah. Because when we going to crowded places, very difficult to maintain a social distance with others. And besides that, we can know that actually this COVID-19 is spread by the droplets. Okay, so always have to cover our mouth when we sneeze, when we cough, and always avoid touching things always avoid touching things, then put into our mouth, our nose, our eyes like this.
Yeah, I think this is very good. I think very early advice that even a lot of people have shared with us when we first locked down. But before I continue with the next question, I would like to ask you some of what is, because I'm from KL. I think you know I'm from KL. Wesley is from KL, and you're from JB. We really want to know what is the condition out there in JB now. So how is everything in JB over there at the moment? Is everybody staying at home, or everybody is lining up to buy their nasi lemak?
But in JB area, what I can see, actually my area is red zone.
Oh, wow.
Actually, Kulai is red zone.
Oh,
Before
Kulai.
Kulai area lah. So after this lockdown, I can see really they are have the awareness of this, then be very obedient lah. So they stay at home lor.
So are you still in red zone now, or you have become better already?
I think become better already.
Okay.
Switch
So
to yellow
are
zone.
you living in town, or are you living outside of the JB town?
Kulai area is considered town, still a town area.
Okay, all right. So I think this is very important for all Malaysians to continue to stay at home if you can, because MCO is not ended yet. So I scared a lot of people tomorrow will start, Merdeka. So actually it's not Merdeka yet. So before we continue, now we want to continue with the next question, right? So people should stay at home, people should work from home. So can you actually tell us a little bit, like you said just now, COVID-19 is spread by droplets. So how can you tell us how does this actually happen?
Actually, this one COVID-19 is a new strain from a big family coronavirus. Okay, COVID-19 is from a coronavirus.
Yeah.
So this one is spread through the small droplet. When a person expel from a person with infected with COVID-19 expel out through the cough, sneeze, when we talk, when we speak, like this. And this droplet actually quite heavy, so it does not travel very far. Normally 1 meter. So that's why we have to maintain social distance at least 1 meter, which 3 feet from others. And also this droplet can land on the surfaces and objects. So when we accidentally touch this virus, then we dig our nose, take things to eat using our hand, rub our eye, then we might get infected with COVID-19.
Okay, so I think there are some people who actually mentioned that COVID-19 can spread through the air. Does it really happen?
Transmit through the droplet.
So does it transmit? Does it transmit through air? I mean, just on air?
Not
airborne?
Air,
is it airborne?
Airborne transmission, but this one actually will very heavy, so it will sink very fast.
Okay, so so COVID-19 does not spread by airborne.
Airborne, but sink very fast. We can say sink very fast.
Oh, so
and
it will
actually
drop.
Can land on drop very fast, and actually can what we say can stay on the subject for example copper can stay around up to 4 hours. Example the coin, the shilling that we take, and also for the mirror, glasses like mirror can stay up for 96 hours. Quite long time, and stay up to cardboard. Stay up to 24 hours, like the Shopee boxes that we bought, can stay up to 24 hours. So very important to clean our hand.
After this, I don't want people to give me, people give me shilling, people give me paper money. I want paper, only paper money. Okay, so it's
paper money
interesting.
also got chances.
Oh, really?
To get infected. Yeah. So now all online banking.
Okay, but I cannot online banking with wanton mee, right? Yeah. So okay, so now we know that people are aware of how this is spread, social distancing and things like that. So what else? What else? And is there anything else that we should know about how COVID-19 is going to spread also? I mean, other than you said the droplets, touching on the surface. Is there any other ways that they have found that COVID-19 can spread? What about animals? What about pets?
Pets, pets, I still have any research on this yet lah. Normally, this one is from human lah. I can tell it's human. And then this one, COVID-19 actually also can transmit, even don't have any symptom also can transmit. There's report that don't have any symptom, because we can see some range of symptoms such as fever, cough, then sore throat, muscle ache, loss of smell.
Yep.
Even don't have any symptom also can transmit this kind of disease.
Oh, okay. So I'm very curious when you say these droplets can actually sink or land or remain at the surface, right? So when you say 96 hours for even mirror and glasses, which is our phone, chances are very, very dangerous lah. Is that what I'm trying to say? Okay, so in a way, so what do you recommend? We okay, of course we sanitize, right? There are certain sprays that we use and there are certain things to clean. So what do you recommend in terms of, like, for example, we take Grab food lah, or we go out, handle, so what are some recommendations from your side?
If possible, always wash your hand lah. We also have one tips, 一个口诀, like washing your hand with 7 steps, very easier to memorize one. 内外夹攻大力丸. Heard before this one?
No.
7 steps, very easy one. 内 is like this, inside the palm, 内. Then 外 is at the back. Then 夹 is like this, interlock.
Okay.
Interlock. 夹 攻 is in the palm lah, like this.
Okay.
Then 大 is the thumb.
Okay.
Thumb. Then 力 is the fingertips.
Right.
Like this. Okay. Then one is finished lor. You can wash your hand lor.
Right.
There's
Okay.
a kojian. This one washing hand.
Out of 7, I only do 2. Like that, and then I finish it.
Normally, washing hand also got step, and using sanitizer also got this.
Cindy, can you, for the benefit of our audience, can you just repeat again just now slowly? The seven mantra.
Step.
Yeah.
Okay. So 内 is like this.
内.
Nei.
I cannot type Mandarin, so I'm just going to type Hanyu Ping, right, for our audience. Nei, okay, then.
Nei. Okay.
Yeah.
Nei. Y is back.
Outer. Back.
Okay. Outer.
Inside. Wait, let me just give me a minute. Wesley, I'm helping you to type this, Wesley.
No problem.
Hold me on nasi lemak.
Y.
Because
Okay.
why?
Then 夹
Yeah.
is interlock.
Interlock, okay.
Interlock.
Right.
攻
Okay. Gong is what?
攻 in the palm lah.
Palm, okay.
Inside the palm.
Palm, okay. Perfect. Okay. Yep.
大 is the thumb.
Ta. Thumb, okay. Right.
Okay. 力 is fingertips.
Fingertips.
Fingertips. Okay.
And you can wash your hand.
Wash
And
your
final wash.
finish.
One.
Final wash.
Final wash. All right.
Wash hand about 1 minute.
Wait. My bad. It's final one is final wash.
Oh, okay, final wash. Doesn't matter.
Final wash.
So here we go. So the inside, outside, interlock, palm, thumb, fingertips, and final wash. All right, good. All right, thank you very much for that. That's an interesting, right? I think don't know. I think got learned before last time in school, but again, never practice. Apologies to all doctors out there and nurses out there. Okay, so interesting, right? So you talk about how do we prevent this is washing and all, right? So I think another thing that you mentioned is about face masks. So personally, on behalf from someone in the medical field, right, pharmacist, how many kinds of face masks are available in the market, and what are the differences?
Actually, we have many types, like 3-ply. Then we have 4-ply. 4-ply also have KN95. N95. Then we also have a fabric mask, reusable one. Now we have reusable one. So for 3-ply, actually also divided into 2 types: civilian and medical, or we'll call it as a surgical grade face mask. So for civilian grade, we call as 民用啦, 民用 for public one.
Yep.
So 民用face mask, okay, normally is cheaper, and it does not need to comply the standard test lah. So the filtration efficacy is not assured lah. We also don't know how much it can filter the bacterial things. So it's cheaper. So you can see why Mr. DIY can sell so cheap one, and then you see Caring AA Pharmacy why can sell very expensive one. For Caring Pharmacy, they are selling the surgical or medical grade face mask. Okay, if surgical and medical face mask have to comply all the standard tests, and the filtration efficacy is validated by all the authorities. So expensive in here lah. And the standard test that need to comply is 4 major here lah. First thing is the bacterial filtration BPE efficacy, bacterial filtration efficacy, something like that. It measures how many percentage that the bacterial droplet, okay, the mask can filter.
Oh.
Okay, normally if a medical grade face mask, it have to block at least 95% of these bacterial droplets. So you can see customer always want to find I want the BPE more than 95% and 99% like this. And second thing is particulate efficacy, PFE lah, particulate filtration efficacy. So this one measure how many percentage of virus particle that the medical face mask can filter. Okay, so also the higher the better lah. And third one is waterproof. It must be waterproof. And last one is the flame test. How long does the face mask get burned or anything like that? Have to comply all 4 tests. And different country actually has their different standard tests for this. For example, in China, they use YY, has a code in front. Like every face mask has a code in front. For example, this one have a code in front. This one don't have lah, I think so. Okay, so this one is a 3-ply mask lah. But civilian grade, so don't have the code or anything. If got ASTM means the US the code lah, US code. YY 医用 China code. There's a special code in here lah. Always stated in the box. And also now we have fabric mask. Fabric mask is something. Where's my fabric mask? Okay, here.
A demonstration for me.
Okay, this one fabric mask.
Yes.
Okay, look like this. Okay, due to the limitation and limited stock, high demand of 3-ply mask, surgical grade mask, so we have to always reserve all this to frontliner lah, especially the surgical grade mask. So Singapore government and also CDC also recommend us to use the reusable face mask like this. Okay, so actually the concept is like covering your mouth when you sneeze. Same concept lah actually. So, and this one is quite good lah, because this fabric mask 2 layer here got silver, nano silver. So silver function is to when the bacteria come in, it will activate it. If no bacteria come in, not activated, inactivated. If bacteria come in, then activated, so it can better against the infectious pathogen or anything lah, the virus.
Okay.
So this is a special, a very different cloth mask that you mentioned, right? Not the one that people just DIY themselves at home.
No. This one is special. It's
okay.
Because got the lining of silver here. So, and this one is reusable, so can wash. You can wear for 24 hours.
Yeah, so.
Can wear for 24 hours. Then can wash. Also
have.
Okay, can wash this one.
Yeah.
Maximum for 100 times. So actually quite cheap lah, if compared to others.
Okay.
So I will just read some of the comments that people are here, right? So Meta is here saying good evening to you. Good evening to you.
Hi.
Meta is here. Jana says clean your phone and specs as well. Harry is also here saying hi to you, and Yan Tan saying hi as well. All right, so I have one question for you, Xinyi, posted by my friend called Wai Boon, right? I'm not too sure whether you're in a position to answer this. His question is, will COVID-19 patients get infected again?
Actually, it will. Some study really, because COVID-19 can be recovered one, actually can recover by itself, also can recover, but dangerous to like high risk factor of patient, for example hypertension, high blood pressure people, elderly, children, pregnant. So normally it will attack your immune system. If your immune system very strong, then won't have any matters one, can recover itself also.
Right.
But if your immune very low, can reattack again. Same as the dengue. Dengue also can reattack again.
Oh, that's interesting. So which means it depends on own immune system. Can somebody's body completely kill this virus?
Completely kill this one I also need to check. Completely kill this virus.
That means our own immune system can completely kill the virus. Is it possible to do so?
But I study some research. This one also can recover itself, actually.
Right. Okay. So it pretty much depends on the person's body itself, lah.
Yeah.
All right, good. So interesting question. So Wai Boon, we hope that we address your question. All right, good. Next question is this. So just now I talked about face masks. Okay, now I want to talk about sanitizer, right? So how many kinds of sanitizers are there in the market? And again, what are the differences of sanitizers?
Actually, major divided into two types: alcohol-based and non-alcohol-based. So alcohol-based, inside also got propanol, ethanol, many kinds lah. So actually, ethanol is better than propanol, and effective in very higher concentration, with 60 to 95 concentration, the percentage of concentration.
Yep.
But it's flammable.
Right.
The disadvantage is flammable, and also can cause skin irritation. If long time exposure to the alcohol-based sanitizer. Okay, and non-alcohol-based, such as benzalkonium chloride, very long name. Non-alcohol-based. This one, if compare alcohol-based is better than non-alcohol-based.
Right.
But if used in hospital, then definitely they will follow the guidelines, so they use alcohol-based.
Right.
Okay, but in like factory, school, then they use non-alcohol based. Because of flammable, they also very scared.
But to kill this COVID virus, I saw some readings that you need to use the alcohol-based one, right?
Yeah. Actually, alcohol-based is better than non-alcohol-based.
So could I just make a statement saying that the non-alcohol-based is useless?
No, we also cannot say like this lah.
Okay.
Actually, it works also. Actually,
for COVID-19.
For COVID-19 also can. But alcohol-based is better than non-alcohol-based, because it also have the antimicrobial, antiseptic properties.
So may I just ask on this, because you mentioned about skin irritation if the a long-term exposure. So would you advise kids to also use, although it's not often, but can kids use the alcohol-based?
Can use, but if your skin very allergic, then normally we advise apply little bit .
I think I will. My next question is
better choice is wash hand.
Wash hand, yeah.
But
actually, I wanted to ask this. When you say wash hand, right? What would you recommend for us to wash our hand? I'm sure it's not just water, right? I'm sure. What do you recommend us to use? Is it just a normal soap?
Normal soap also can. Actually, normal soap also can. Yeah.
Okay.
Because in hospital they also provide normal soap actually.
Okay.
So maybe Cindy, can you share a bit of secret with us? How many times you wash your hand per day?
Yeah, because I'm not work in front line now. So actually 1 hour one time.
That's also.
There's a lot. There's a lot of soap.
Still
There's a lot.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. So I really want to take this question as well. I mean, just to just to give a bit of comment on what your friend Waibun just now has mentioned, and also now Mr. Teo that said why some people do not have any symptoms but some do have. So before Cindy answer this question, I just want to say that for those who are still worried about himself, it will be good for you to go for a test. And I actually did my test in March. And I tell you, it's crazy. It's very painful. So especially the one in my nose, I always tell my staff, you should go and experience. This is a one in a lifetime experience. So Wesley, please do it before we meet after MCO. Yeah.
They are using the like a long cotton bud.
Long cotton needle bud. So the
then,
first one is a mouth swab. So I enjoy the mouth swab. It's like when you get fever, you just open your air, and then after they just do that. Then the second one, they just, the doctor say, no problem, relax, just put on my nose. I thought it's just going to be on the surface, so they actually put all the way into almost the back of my head, almost. I'm just saying, I mean, just the whole thing to the nose. And they take a swab inside.
Yeah, they will rotate it.
They will rotate.
Take out, then put in the collecting tube lah.
Correct. So once I was pulled out, my tears also came out. So please go and experience it. For Mr. Teo, yes, I think on the symptoms part, I mean, I'm sure Cindy is going to answer you this, but go and experience it. It's very fun. Yeah. Okay, Cindy, maybe you want to address this question by Teo. Why do some people do not have the symptom and some people actually show very clear symptom?
Actually, the symptom is have very range of symptoms. Actually, some will have, some will don't have. Even no symptom also can transmit.
So
actually, this one also depends on individual. Because I have a friend, pregnant lady. He have no any symptom, but luckily she's pregnant. So when every month she need to go check
Right.
She only have symptoms like loss of smell. Then she feel it's okay, nothing wrong lah. Then luckily she's pregnant, so she have to go to check every month. Then after that, then the nurse or take the blood test or anything. Then diagnose positive case
I see.
Wow.
That's very serious. So before I pass this to Wesley, I think maybe Sam wants to try. So please go and try. Cindy, have you done the test? No, right?
No.
Yeah, because you don't have. So because my job in my practice needs me to meet a lot of people. So actually before the lockdown, I actually Wesley and I, even me myself, I went to so many places, and actually I had fever on the first 2 days of MCO. So I was very worried. So I always tell people that I don't want to die, so I better go and check. So I actually went and did the check. So yes, Sam, if you are interested, please go and try. Yeah. Over to you.
All right, I want to say hi, Sam, watching over this. I know Sam personally. Waibun, most welcome. Waibun, say thank you to you, Cindy, for the question just now. All right, so let's continue with our question here. Perhaps it's very related to what Jason asked and say, why US virus so serious? And I think it's quite related to my next question to you. So social distancing. What exactly is social distancing? And why is it so important for us to stop the spread of COVID-19?
For example, like what I just said just now, so the droplet actually landed on the surface. So it's very normally when you sneeze, then the droplet actually will land like 1 meter around you. So if you go very crowded place, very difficult to maintain the social distance, then the droplet actually will breathe in by others. So very high chance to get COVID-19.
Right.
So I'm sorry, Wesley. So could I actually just make a assumption that if you just now you mentioned the mask, so if the mask is a good grade mask, so it means that when you sneeze, the droplet will not actually come out from the mask?
Actually, there's no mask totally completely can completely prevent the transmission. It only can reduce the transmission. Don't have
Oh.
any mask. Don't have any mask. Can completely completely prevent this.
So you
Oh.
mean that when we sneeze with
Reduce
the
the
mask, it is still possible that it will.
still have little possibility lah.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
that's something new I learned today. So, and that's why you keep repeating that washing hands is still the most important activity.
Yeah, washing hand.
All right.
And
So
social
here,
distance.
here's my next question, right? So we talk about masks, we talk about washing hand. My next curious question is because sometimes, being the head of the family, we must go and do groceries, right? So sometimes we come back, our shirt and probably our bag and all. So what are some practices when it comes to sanitizing our clothes?
For example, every time I go out, right, then I have to after I come back, then I have to sanitize myself. And my company actually use nano silver to spray my inside my car. Then they say this nano silver can tahan in your car for 30 days. Nano silver.
Wow.
But it has a very bad smell actually.
Okay.
Very pungent smell.
So it's a kind of mist lah, spray hand. What is exactly?
It's a mist.
Okay.
It's a mist, nano silver. It's a mist actually, but the smell very like vinegar. Very sour taste.
Doesn't matter lah, so long as you feel
smell.
safe lah. Okay, so it's interesting. So when you say you actually sanitize your clothes after you work and all, so how do you do that? How do you sanitize?
Ask my parents to do for me also. After I come back, when I enter my house, then they help me to sanitize lah.
Using
sanitizer also can. The spray type.
Oh, okay.
Spray type. And
Sure.
even in front line, like community pharmacy, they are wearing this one. Can't see. They are wearing like aprons like this.
Oh, okay. Okay, interesting. Yeah, and so here's the interesting thing. Now only I know actually face masks really can't 100% filter, despite it's so important. So again, washing hands is very important, and you said they wash hands every single hour, which I think it's a good practice for us, despite staying at home. Okay, so my next question to you is, since social distancing is there, mask is there, sanitizing is there, what do you feel will change in terms of people's behavior after COVID-19? In the way we eat,
the major I can see is their behavior in buying things really totally changed from offline to online because lockdown so can't go out, stay at home. So I see some customer buying things like ice cream also buying online, then steamboat also buying online, quite many things buying online. So our company also promote this one, online pharmacy. At this time, so we can deliver some medicine supplement to them.
So previously, do you have an online pharmacy in your pharmacy, or you just started because of this?
Just started about 2 months.
How is the response for this?
Quite well. For these 2 months, we have sales like how many orders? 2,000 orders, I think.
So definitely your walk-in customers are much lesser now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is a very interesting thing that we will see definitely in terms of behavior. People will still wear masks, I think, at least for the next 6 months, or still use sanitizer. When I see Wesley next time, I will spray him first before we start talking. So moving on. Yeah, please, Cindy.
And also I think their awareness also increases. Like before that, many one don't know need to sanitize, need to wear mask or anything. Their mind always said like the word is very big won't kena one this one won't kena like this. They have the mindset like this. But after this lockdown, I think their mindset already changed to another
Right. Okay.
So yeah.
So, I have another interesting question. But before I ask a question, right? So perhaps, so Charlene say interesting topic here today. Like the question just now you addressed about social distancing. Yeah. So thank you so much, Jason, for asking that. All right. So my next question to you is, okay. So some companies will start working tomorrow, and since you're in the pharmacy line, which you have been operating all this while, so I'm just curious to know, right? What is the right way for businesses or even shops to sanitize your outlets what are some best practices that we can learn from?
I have seen some company, they use the Clorox,
Okay.
Clorox.
Clorox.
They use this one and add some water. So it's much more cheaper than using alcohol non-alcohol based sanitizer lah. I see some company use this one.
Right. Oh, interesting. And they're using Clorox. So
and the thermometer is hot selling also.
Okay, so that's
4 types, thermometer, sanitizer, disinfectant,
yes.
mask.
All right, good. And my next follow-up question is: so since you talk about COVID-19, it's a lot dependent on our own immune system. So as a role, I mean, being a pharmacist, right? How do we keep our immune system up during this period? How can we strengthen our immune system?
Maybe can get plenty of rest, then take more water, and also can take some vitamin C, probiotic or high antioxidant fruits to boost up the immune system. Once your immune system is high, then won't get this COVID-19 easier lah.
Okay, so I think what do you recommend? I mean, I see people like you said, right? People order steamboat, people order all this. So I think just to let the audience know, soon enough, my apprentice will work with Cindy to come up with a series of a health discussion for people. We will discuss further with Cindy on what are the right and wrong things that people know on certain disease. But Cindy, maybe can you just share with our audience a little bit of tips how to? Since now we can't exercise, right? We can't go out. We can't do a lot of sports. So what type of food intake actually is good for a regular person? What is a balanced diet?
Balanced diet, you mean?
Yeah. Yes.
Not supplement balanced diet lah.
Yeah.
Correct. Like vegetables, okay? And if you have diabetes, okay, need to take care of your food. For example, the soft food, normally very soft food, when the fruit you can press one, a very soft one, normally the sugar intake inside very high. So we also advise customer don't take too lot of this kind of food. The very soft one, or you can see how to say like banana, watermelon, very juicy one. Normally the sugar intake is very high. For example, banana, watermelon, this kind. Okay, vegetables, then antioxidant food also can take a lot to boost up the immune system.
So how about supplement? Just now when you mentioned briefly about supplement, what are some basic vitamins or minerals that our regular people, sometimes they always say that whatever food that we take, we lack of this, lack of that, right? Not enough this, not enough that. So what are roughly some of basic minerals or vitamins or supplements that we should consider? Of course, with consultation of your pharmacist.
Also need to depends on their condition. For example, if the patient always cough, like lung function is not very good, then we advise him to take some supplement called as tiger milk mushroom. Heard before?
Right.
Lao Hu Nai. Lao Hu Nai is quite good for lung function.
Not the real tiger milk, right?
No. It's the Ling Zi. Do you know Ling?
Ling Zi. Yeah.
The Ling Zi, but the shape is look like have the tiger wen lu inside. Like tiger shape like this lah.
Okay.
So tiger milk mushroom quite well for lung function. Gastric problem, then can take some probiotic. Then if liver not very good, then can take some milk thistle, philanthus like this lah. Can take some supplement to boost up.
What about people who don't sleep well like me?
Don't sleep well.
Yeah.
Too stressed or what?
Yes, I think so. I think of Wesley too much. So very stressed.
There's one supplement called valerian root.
Valerian root. Okay.
Valerian root.
Okay.
It's because got many clinical studies support that valerian root is can let your mind calm down, relax. So good in sleep lah, this one.
Okay.
So Lawrence is like having a personal consultation with the pharmacy.
No,
Dietitian.
I think problem sleeping. I think a lot of people have this problem of not sleeping very well. So I think I'm asking for a lot of people out there. So I mean, Cindy, thank you so much for all these very short tips, very simple tips. I think it's very important. And tomorrow, soon enough, if MCO is not going to be extended, everybody will start going off for their break, holiday, and Raya is coming. So maybe Cindy, before we take more comments and questions, maybe do you want to summarize and give your final advice to our Malaysian audience, our friends there? Starting tomorrow, how any advice for our friends?
So even tomorrow, we are relaxing the MCO, but we also have to cannot 掉以轻心啦.
Yeah.
Okay. Have to take care of all hygiene, and because this one, we can see in China got the third recurrent attack already.
Yep.
Second, third recurrent.
Wow.
So we have cannot 掉以轻心啦. Have to take care of all hygiene, and I believe we can battle against this COVID-19 lah.
Okay. So interesting. So we have some friends saying hi over there. Well, quite a lot suddenly, right? So we got Stephen Lau saying hi to you, Sini. We got Stephen Lu saying hi as you. We got Nora Zita all the way from Sabah saying hi to you as well. Got some friends saying hi to you here. And yeah, so you talk about again, we cannot just take it for granted lah. So since even though MCO is doing relax and all, so that's interesting. So in case any one of you audience here, if you have any questions, don't feel free to drop your comments so we can help you to address your questions to Xin Yi, because she'll be the right person to address your question. Definitely not me, definitely not Lawrence. And again, any one of you have any questions, feel free to just drop your comments on the side. All right. So and again, so coming back to this, so my next question to you is that, do you have any words for the frontliners?
Actually, frontliner have made some problems. For example, like public have read the online news. They know what first line treatment is hydrochloroquine or anything. Then they will come and buy. They think this medicine can treat or anything lah. I don't know where they get this info, because my friend actually told me they met this all kind of customer like, I want to buy antibiotic. Like I see the newspaper say this antibiotic, this hydrochloroquine, this what can treat the what like this.
So I think
the medicine got a lot of complication. Got a lot of side effect here lah.
Yeah. So I think that's what Cindy says is very true. So before we go and buy medicine, it will be great that if we get consultation from the doctors and from your pharmacies before you consume. But I think I have to take also this opportunity to say thank you to our frontliners, our police, our doctors in the hospitals that are still, we are enjoying our life at home. So while they are fighting for us in the front line, maybe Cindy, do you want to say anything to our frontliners? You want to say, your special thanks to them? Is there anything you want to share with them?
Very thanks to all frontliner as they work very hard. Okay, so during this MCO period, all others job can rest very well at home. But all like doctor, pharmacists, or police have to work during this period and the workload is even harder if compare like usual.
Have you been working since MCO started, or you also took a short break?
Every day. No, not even a break. Even Sunday and Saturday also need to work because I'm in charge in online store Then once the message come in, I have to reply Totally no rest, or even weekend also like no rest.
So you're also like a frontliner to us. So thank you so much for all your service to all your JB people in Wesley.
Yeah. All right. So interesting. So Cindy, thank you very much for your time, and thanks for your willingness to come here to share with us some tips like sanitizing, different kind of masks. You talk about alcohol, non-alcohol. Then you introduce some terms for the pharmaceutical products and all. So in case anyone want to enhance their immune system, got tiger milk mushroom.
Tiger milk mushroom.
Tiger milk mushroom. All right, good. So, good news, and I mean not good news. I'll say good information for all of us. So again, I want to thank you for your time, Sinyi, and for those viewers out there, I hope that you have benefited from this sharing right here. So again, for those of you watching this right now, if you have learned something new here today, oh, we got Stephen Lu saying thank you for sharing to you, Sinyi.
Okay, thanks. Welcome.
All right,
I
for those
hope
of you,
I hope my can help many people lah. My
yeah,
show
I
can
mean,
help many people.
despite you every single day and you agreed to come on this show, and you know it's a late night show at 10:30, I really want to say thanks to you. All right, and so yeah, on behalf of myself, I want to say thanks to Lawrence. You want to say anything?
Yes, I just want to say this again to all our audience that I personally I spoke to CE, I think last week or last 2 weeks that we have our new YouTube channel. So I'm going to work very closely with her to also come up with a series of different types of health talks in My Practice YouTube and Facebook. So I hope that all of you stay tuned. Of course, I'm not going to be speaking. Sini will be speaking. Nobody wants to listen to me. They want to listen to Sini. So we're going to go with a range of different types of sickness, gastric, etc., etc. So stay tuned to My Practice. And Cindy, thank you so much again for doing this. I know we have discussed this for very long. So thank you for spending time. And I hope that you stay safe in JB. And I wish you all the best and stay safe with your family as well.
All right.
Thank
So,
you.
Sinyi, so before we end, we normally have a culture of taking a group picture. All right. So what I'm gonna do is that, Sinyi, I will need you to just look at the camera, and I will take a group picture by doing a screenshot from my side. Can you look at the camera and be thumbs up?
Okay.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you very much, Sinyi, for your time. Thank you so much for those of you joining out there. I want to say thanks to your time. All right, so just a very quick shout out just before we end. So like what Lawrence have said, so we are having we have our YouTube channels and all, right? So perhaps I'm going to take this honor to just introduce. So with that, okay, so we got people saying thank you for sharing. We got Jason say good night to you, and we have KG say thanks for sharing. Oh, Lawrence and Vestia, so thank you so much, right? All right, so I want to thank you for your time, CE, and with that, I will just do some little bit announcements. I will have to remove you from the screen, and then I will just talk for a few minutes to the audience. All right, so everybody just say thank you to CE. Thank
Bye,
you, CE.
Cindy.
Good night.
All right. Good night. Thank you. All right. So thank you very much for your time, everybody. And again, I want to just take this chance to every one of you here to thank you for your time. And I would like to do a very quick shout out here in terms of showing you what we have upcoming next. So like what Lawrence has said, so do follow us on our Instagram, on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn as we continue to share with you more information and updates in regards of what could benefit you out there. Business, health, different sectors that we're trying to reach out to you. So we'd also like to welcome all of you to like our new YouTube channel. That's My Practice School of Life. And we'd like to also reach out to all of you here that beginning tomorrow, we are continuing our Sales and Marketing Breakthrough Week Volume 3 as we continue to give you more techniques and strategies to help you to achieve your breakthrough in sales and marketing. So stay tuned tomorrow onwards, Monday onwards, tomorrow onwards, right? We will begin at 10 p.m. as we dedicate to share with you more information. So what information? So basically, I would like to invite all of you to join our Telegram channel right there to know the latest updates and all. So I would like to invite all of you to go to t.me, https://myprentice to share with you our latest updates in Sales and Marketing Breakthrough Week Volume 3. So with that, I would like to thank all of you for your time. And again, I want to take this chance here in case any one of you here who would like to benefit here from my ebook here, I share about sales breakthrough strategies for the next 14 days, where I outline what you can do from day 1, day 2, day 3, day 14. What are some practical steps that you can do in order for you to achieve breakthrough in your sales? So everybody, I hope to see you again tomorrow with Volume 3. Until then, my name is Wesley Chan, signing off from My Practice. Bye-bye and good night, and see you tomorrow.